Have you ever heard of a trader who didn't have a single losing year for 30 straight years? It sounds impossible, right? Well, meet Stanley Druckenmiller, a true legend in the world of finance. His track record is so incredible, it almost seems like something out of a movie. For 3 decades, managing billions of dollars, he consistently delivered an average annual return of 30%. That's not just beating the market, that's rewriting the rules of the game. So, what's his secret? How did he achieve this financial superstardom? Today, we're diving deep into the mind and methods of Stanley Druckenmiller to uncover the principles that made him one of the greatest investors of all time. Druckenmiller started his career in 1977 as a humble oil analyst for a bank in Pittsburgh, but it didn't take long for his unique talent to shine through. Within a year, he was promoted to Director of Research. He was a natural. His big break came when he founded his own fund, Duquesne Capital, in 1981. But his name truly became legendary when he joined George Soros at the Quantum Fund. Together, they famously broke the Bank of England in 1992. They bet against the British pound, risking billions on their conviction that the currency was overvalued. The British government tried to fight back, but Druckenmiller and Soros were right. Their monumental trade netted the Quantum Fund over $1 billion in profit in a single day, cementing Druckenmiller's reputation as a fearless and brilliant macro trader. So what's the core of his philosophy? It's surprisingly simple, yet incredibly difficult to execute. Druckenmiller famously said, "The most important thing for being a great investor is to have a flexible, open mind." He wasn't tied to any single strategy. He was a master of observing the big picture, what we call macroeconomics. He'd study global trends in interest rates, currencies, and economic growth to identify massive opportunities. He wasn't just looking for small wins, he was hunting for elephants. He believed that when you have a high-conviction idea, you should go all in. His famous motto is, "Put all your eggs in one basket and watch the basket very carefully." This is the complete opposite of the diversified, play-it-safe advice we often hear. For Druckenmiller, diversification was just a way to protect against ignorance. If you've done your homework and you see a once-in-a-generation opportunity, you need to have the courage to bet big. Another key to his success was his obsession with risk management. You might think someone who makes huge bets is a reckless gambler, but Druckenmiller was the opposite. He was ruthless about cutting his losses. He believed that preserving capital was the most important job of any investor. If a trade started going against him, he wouldn't hesitate to sell and reevaluate. He famously stated that all the great investors he knew were quick to admit when they were wrong. There's no ego in the market. It's about being right in the long run, not on every single trade. This combination of aggressive position sizing when he was right and extreme discipline when he was wrong is the magic formula that allowed him to compound wealth at an astonishing rate for 30 years without a down year. So, what can we learn from Stanley Druckenmiller? First, always keep an open mind and be willing to change your opinion when the facts change. The world is constantly evolving, and a rigid strategy is a recipe for disaster. Second, do your homework. His big bets weren't wild gambles, they were the result of intense research and deep conviction. Third, be decisive. When you spot a great opportunity, have the courage to act on it with size. And finally, perhaps most importantly, be humble. Be quick to recognize and cut your losses when you make a mistake. Your ego can be your worst enemy in investing. Druckenmiller's story is a powerful reminder that with the right mindset, a blend of courage, flexibility, and discipline, it is possible to achieve truly extraordinary results. Thanks for watching today. If you found this dive into the mind of a trading legend interesting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We love exploring the strategies of the world's greatest minds. Let me know in the comments which investor you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.